On July 17, 1981, hundreds gathered for a tea dance in the Hyatt Regency's grand atrium. Many watched from two spectacular suspended walkways, unaware they were standing inside a structural time bomb. The original design was sound, a single steel rod supporting both walkways, but a change was proposed to make fabrication easier. Use two rods. The upper rod held the 4th floor walkway, and a second rod hung that walkway to hold the two ND floor one. This fatal change, approved without new calculations, doubled the load on the upper walkway's connection. The engineers assumed the fabricator's change was safe. The fabricator assumed the engineers had checked the math. In this fatal gap of miscommunication, no one was responsible. Under the weight of the dancing crowds, the connection failed. The nut and washer tore through the steel beam. The 4th floor walkway crashed onto the 2 ND floor walkway, and both plummeted into the packed lobby below. The collapse killed 114 people and injured over 200. The investigation confirmed the design change was the sole cause. The engineers lost their licenses, and the disaster became a mandatory case study in engineering schools, a brutal lesson on the fatal consequences of a single, unchecked assumption. July 17, 1981. The soaring, sunlit atrium of the Hyatt Regency in Kansas City was alive. Over 1,600 people had gathered for the hotel's popular weekly tea dance, a lively social event with music and dancing. People crowded the lobby floor and lined the suspended walkways on the 2nd and 4th floors, eager to watch the festivities below. The atmosphere was one of joy and celebration, a perfect summer evening. But in a matter of moments, this scene of idyllic community would be transformed into one of unimaginable horror. At 7:05 p.m., a sharp cracking sound echoed through the atrium, a sound many witnesses later described as a loud pop or a gunshot. Then, with a thunderous roar of twisting steel and shattering concrete, the 4th floor walkway suddenly gave way. It plummeted downwards, smashing into the 2nd floor walkway directly beneath it. The combined weight of the two structures, tons of concrete and steel, then crashed into the lobby, where hundreds of people were dancing, completely unaware of the danger suspended above them. The joyous music was instantly silenced, replaced by a scene of utter devastation. A thick cloud of dust filled the air, and the hotel's fire sprinkler system activated, raining water down onto the wreckage and the victims, creating a treacherous and horrifying environment. In the minutes that followed, an incredible story of human resilience and heroism began to unfold. Survivors, hotel staff, and emergency responders rushed into the chaos, digging through the rubble with their bare hands, desperate to free those who were trapped. The rescue operation was a monumental effort lasting for hours. When the final count was taken, the human cost was staggering. 114 people lost their lives. Another 216 were injured, many with life-altering disabilities. It was, at the time, the deadliest structural collapse in United States history. The city was in shock. How could a modern, state-of-the-art building fail so catastrophically? The answer wasn't in an act of God, but in a series of human errors, documented on paper. The investigation, led by the National Bureau of Standards, quickly zeroed in on the walkway's support system. The original engineering design was sound. It called for a single, continuous, threaded steel rod to run from the ceiling, through the 4th floor walkway, and down to the 2nd floor walkway. However, during the construction phase, the steel fabricator found this design difficult to implement, and proposed a change, to use two separate, offset rods instead. The upper rod would connect the ceiling to the 4th floor walkway, and a second rod would connect the 4th floor walkway to the 2nd floor one. This seemingly minor adjustment, made for convenience, had a fatal consequence. It doubled the load on the nut and washer connection supporting the upper walkway. The connection was now forced to bear the weight of both walkways, a load it was never designed to handle. All because of a decision made on paper, without a recalculation. The change was approved by the engineering firm over the phone, without a full design review. This catastrophic breakdown in communication and professional responsibility led to the engineers responsible losing their licenses. The case became a mandatory lesson in engineering schools across the world, a stark reminder that an engineer's primary duty is to public safety. It led to sweeping reforms in building codes and the culture of peer review, clarifying that ultimate responsibility for design safety rests with the design engineer. This wasn't just a technical failure, it was human. A tragedy built from overlooked details and broken trust. Today, the Skywalk Memorial Park stands as a quiet place of reflection, its design incorporating a fountain engraved with the names of the 114 people who perished. It serves as a permanent warning that the most catastrophic failures often begin not with a bang, but with a signature on a piece of paper. The lessons from the Hyatt are etched in steel and stone, but other dangers can be far less obvious. Next time I'll show you how an explosion revealed another hidden danger, waiting in plain sight.